What is a sequel to a movie that you absolutely really want they should have made? You want them to make. Maybe it's been years since the movies come out. What is that? Put that in the comments below. Welcome to Media Mondays. Today it's Movie Monday. We're going to be talking about movie where we talk about different movies and different forms of media. Today it's a movie specifically. And specifically we're talking about Gladiator 2. If you have hung around the channel or heard anything about it, I absolutely love the original movie Gladiator. It is my favorite, in my opinion, it is the best movie of all time. Oh, my favorite movie of all time. An amazing movie. When they announced this, I was excited and worried at the same time because, you have these movies, been almost 20 years since the original came out, and over 20 years. And then you have this new one that's coming out. It's kind of like, okay, is this going to even live up to the hype? Is it going to disappoint? Where's that? Because expectations is very high for me for this movie. And I was able to go watch it over the weekend. Had to go watch it early on. I don't want things to get spoiled of me. I'm going to do this as a very, very quick overview. We're not going to really spoil anything. I don't want to be that guy at spoilers. But I will say this, the acting was phenomenal. The casting was great. The Emperors were really, really good. Those guys that did that here. And, Pedro Pascal is always good. Denzel Washington was great. And, all the acting was overall very, very good. Where is this rate? Is it better than Gladiator original? No. I don't think it reaches the heights of Gladiator, but it's still good on its own. It has a good storyline. It continues some of the story. That's just one thing I'll tell you is there's a little bit of a continuation of story that happens here. It's not just its own new, brand new people. It's got some people in it you've seen before. You meet some old character stuff like that. Set, I think, like 20 years almost after the original one. And so it has some really good storylines, has some good, interesting things. It has, a lot of your Roman stuff that's going on that typically you want to look for and see in the Roman world, and the fighting and the different stuff and the fights and the battle scenes are amazing. The Gladiator scenes are exciting. There's some really cool things that they did. Getting to see, one of my favorite parts was when they did, I wish they would have done it a little bit more, but they did like a water scene in the Coliseum because the Coliseum could be filled with water, and that was pretty cool how they did that. Denzel Washington's character, phenomenal, what he was doing and how he was going around and doing what he wanted to do to get what he wanted to do overall. But overall, this movie was good. In my mind, it was a great movie. I really, really liked it. I would probably rank it at like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. I need to go watch it again, see how much, I really want to watch it again. The only downside I would say to the movie is I feel like Gladiator, the original Gladiator, the soundtrack is just phenomenal. Unfortunately, Hans Zimmer was not doing this soundtrack because people basically bad talked him when he did the Lion King live action, and he's like, I'm not doing sequels anymore. If I've done something great, I'm not doing it anymore because I don't want someone to come up to me and be like, oh, you just whatever. Like I heard him do that in a live concert. He did. He talked about it. Unfortunately, not doing Gladiator 2, and I was sad about that because Gladiator 1's soundtrack is amazing. This soundtrack had some of the same elements to it, but I feel like it was missing some of the moments that would have been better by some of the soundtracks being there and pushing and everything like that. So that's my only take on it. The soundtrack was lacking a little bit. The story overall was phenomenal. The acting was phenomenal. The characters, the portrayals of the different characters and the way they are, the emperors, the different types and the way they act and behaved, and all the different characters overall was very, very good. Now, the real question is, will we get a Gladiator 3 20 years from now? Hopefully not 20 years from now. Maybe we'll get something a little bit sooner. I don't know. But I do really, really think that this is a very good movie. 8.5 or 9 out of 10. A great movie. It may crack into my top 10 movies of time. I don't know. I have to watch it a couple times to see if it do that. But that's my thoughts on it. Let me know, have you gone to see it or did you go see Wicked? I'll have a review for Wicked at some point. I don't know much about it, but I will go watch it and we'll talk about it. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Also, leave in the comments maybe some movies you like for me to go try to see and do some reviews on and talk about. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, we'll see you next time.